So Corey, in terms of the last game, what do you think was the biggest difference? Because usually on the road, especially lately, you guys haven't really been giving up that many goals. What was the difference on against Minnesota?
I thought they played pretty well on the counter. We're usually, I think, pretty decent against the counter. Uh, our backline's great at that. But, I mean, they're a talented team. There's a reason they're where they are in the standings, and they were able to capitalize on the majority of the opportunities they had.
So you guys have 4 games coming up until the end of the season, 2 at home, 2 on the road. How important is it going to be for you guys to kind of fix the things that happened in Minnesota and kind of apply them to the last 2 games on the road?
Yeah, I think having Minnesota is something that doesn't happen to us a lot, so I think we kind of know what we need to do. We've seen things that happen to us on the road when things start to get away from us, so I think it's just something we work on every day in training, making sure we're not getting countered, we're solid defensively. If we do go down, we don't start chasing the game too much that we leave ourselves exposed.
In terms of the last 4, a couple of the games are against like teams that are out of the playoffs, and a couple, they're right there. Just what kind of opportunity do you guys have to maybe get as the maximum amount of points that you can?
I think we're going into every single game we have left thinking we can win. We've been second in the West. I think we know we're a good team, so I think we're confident going into every game we have, whether it's against a playoff team or not. Teams are good in this league. No game's easy, but I think we're confident.
Do you guys have anything that you're still kind of trying to, in terms of like how you're playing, you guys are still kind of trying to tweak so you guys are at optimum whatever by the playoffs?
Not really. I think we've developed a bit of our own style where we know what we are as a team, and I think it's just about being sharp and executing that on game days, and maybe we didn't do that too well last weekend, but it's another opportunity coming up.
New England battling for a playoff spot. What do you kind of expect from them? You don't get to see them very often.
Yeah, I think we've seen over the course of the year that after they got a new coach, they had a big month with a lot of good results. So they're a team with good players that can really push you to your limit. But it's just a game we can't take lightly. They're fighting for a playoff spot. We're fighting for a home seed right now and a playoff spot. So I think it's going to be a battle. I think towards the end of the season, even though we're not in playoffs yet, these games start to feel like playoff games where losses start to hurt a lot more. Those wins feel a lot better. You really see yourself moving up or down in the standings.
Does that affect, kind of in-game, pre-game or in-game preparation? You said that every game feels like a playoff game. Does that kind of tighten you guys up at all, or do you still feel like the preparation's the same, the approach is the same?
I think it's mostly the same, but there's definitely a feeling of like these games really start to matter. Not saying the games in the beginning of the season didn't matter, but if we had a bad couple weeks, like we have, you have time to make up for it, and it's like, okay, we have time to work on this and get better. It's coming down to it. There's not much time left in the season, so we are who we are right now, and we got to make sure we're capitalizing on our chances and making sure we're putting games away.
Because there isn't that much time left in the season, how much more important is kind of just like in-game adjustments and halftime adjustments in these games coming up?
I think that's always important, but I think now they've played a lot of games together with this group. We kind of know the different looks we have, and so I think people are more comfortable with whatever adjustments we see fit and the coaches see fit.